Welcome to Titus Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is July the 23rd, 2024. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw, but ladies and gentlemen, we got some updates here about some wrestlers. I don't know if it's true, but Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Tamina were out of the roster. I don't know that means they're actually out of the roster or the active roster right now. Because right now, MVP and Tamina doesn't have a brand. So technically, they are out of the brands right now. They're not in the rosters. But Bobby Lashley is not in the roster right now because he's injured. So I don't know if they are gone from WWE or they're just saying that because Bobby is injured and MVP is not in the show. And Tamina as well. I have no idea what that means. So, let's see what happens. And ladies and gentlemen, it sounds like Hikuleo finally signs with WWE. He finally signs. We don't know when his debut is and what is his role. Will he join Solo or will one of the guys of Solos betray him? And then that Hikuleo will replace that guy. We don't know what's going to happen there, but we heard that he signed. We don't know it's officially. I won't believe it until he comes out. So, yeah, that's what happened there. And, ladies and gentlemen, I thought we were getting closer to this DLC, but it looks like we're not getting it right now. Because I think Pat McAfee is the one that put it on Twitter saying that people don't like this pack. It's true that not a lot of people like this pack. But ladies and gentlemen, I got a Twitter notification saying there's going to be an update of DLC number 3 tomorrow. So we don't know what that means. It's not coming out on Wednesday. It's supposed to be coming out on Wednesday, July 24th, but it's not coming out right now. We need to know what this update is. Are they going to change some things or put some wrestlers in this pack, or will they just change it at different dates? I think it would be kind of stupid if you don't. What was the point of it if you're not going to change anything, but you're going to put it on a different date? What is that going to do? People still don't like it if you're going to just change it on a different date. I'm hoping the updates is something good. I'm hoping they put some wrestlers in there, like NXT stars or legends or something, and then they had to give us a different date to make those models and their entrances and all that stuff. So I don't know what's going to happen. I will tell you guys what the updates is when we get the updates, but we don't know because it was weird that last week the last DLCs on the last week before the DLC comes out, they show us the models and they show us the entrances, but they didn't show us anything about this DLC. Even Pat McAfee's. They didn't show us anything about anyone. So, I guess that's why they did it. Because people want to talk trash about it and not liking it. I talk trash about it too. And let's see what WWE 2K is going. What is 2K going to do about it? Will they change something? Are they going to add something? I have no idea. We will find out. But ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw, we got 2 matches that got added to SummerSlam. We found out who will be facing Sami Zayn for the IC title. They had a no contenders match between Braun Breaker and Dragunov, but we got multiple segments that was interesting. We got a whole thing with Judgment Day. Judgment Day wants to hunt down Jey Uso because Finn's saying he's getting tired of being a mockery or stuff like that. I don't know what he says there. And then, ladies and gentlemen, when they were looking for Jey Uso, they split up. And that was JD's idea. So Carlito and JD went one place, and then Finn and Dominic went to another place. But Finn says, we should split up. You go that way, I go this way. When Dominic was walking, he walked past Liv Morgan. She has some things to say to Dominic, and Finn Balor ruined it. And then when they went back in the clubhouse, while JD and Carlito was getting beat up by Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, ladies and gentlemen, but Rhea Ripley asked Finn and Dominic, where were you guys? And Carlito says, ask Liv. And Rhea was pissed, and she dragged Dominic out back into the ring, saying a whole bunch of things, and try to use them as bait and bring Liv Morgan out. She did come out, but she was in the audience. And she had some things to say, saying that Dominic doesn't love her and all that stuff. And then Liv Morgan wants to hear the 3 words. Dominic kind of said 3 words. He says, I hate you. And he said a whole bunch of things in Spanish. I think it was Spanish. He said a whole bunch of things, and Liv Morgan's heart was broken. And Rhea Ripley was happy. She licked him on his cheek and gave him a big smooch on his cheek. She left a black mark of her lipstick on his cheeky cheek. Ladies and gentlemen, we had CM Punk coming out, and he finally told us that he's officially cleared. And then he called out Drew McIntyre. He wants to fight Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre came out and he says, I will love to beat the living hell out of you, but he says, I don't want to. Not tonight. Because he didn't tell us something that Adam Pearce knows. Adam Pearce came out and he says, Drew McIntyre is not telling you the whole thing. So it's going to be CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre finally at SummerSlam. But he says, Adam Pearce says he has a lot of problems. Especially a referee problem. Because no referee wants to be in this match because Drew McIntyre likes to hit people. So, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Pearce made a special guest referee for this SummerSlam match. And it will be Seth freaking Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins will be being a special guest referee at SummerSlam. And Drew wasn't happy. He talked to Adam Pearce backstage. And Adam Pearce says, you want to see what... we're going to see if Seth Rollins wants to be fair. Because he's going to explain his instructions as a referee to CM Punk and Drew McIntyre next week on Raw. We don't know what that means. But ladies and gentlemen, we got Gunther coming out. He talks trash about Damian multiple times and that, a whole bunch of things. Gunther just got booed out of the building. And then he called out Damian saying, do the right thing and give me the world title. Because he's saying he's not ready to put the whole world or the wrestling Monday Night Raw on his back. Damian Priest came out. He was about to speak, and then he just punched Gunther out, punched him out, and then we had a brawl. And then they fought in the backstage. They fought outside. They fought everywhere. But Adam Pearce had to do something, and Adam Pearce did something. He banned both guys from the arena. We haven't seen them since that happened. But ladies and gentlemen, a lot of things happening here. We have a number of contenders match to the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker versus Dragunov. The winner of that match was Braun Breaker, and he would be facing Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam. But ladies and gentlemen, Braun Breaker won by knockout or TKO, whatever you want to call it, because Dragunov was about to do the H-bomb while he's on the apron. He was going to jump off the apron out to the outside. But he got caught with a spear, and I guess back of his head hit the apron, and the referee went out and she says he can't do it anymore. So Braun Breaker won the match, and he's going to SummerSlam. There's a rematch between Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker. And then we had Sonya Deville versus Laura Valkyria. Of course, there's a lot of distractions by Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter got rid of them. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Sonya Deville. We had the Final Testament versus Otis, Tozawa, and Woods. I don't know if you call them Alpha Academy anymore. But ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent 6-man tag team match. I enjoyed it. But the winner of that match was Final Testament. Otis did a whole crazy thing. This was his hometown. He was the fans went nuts. They even cheered for Tozawa. But ladies and gentlemen, Karen Cross laid out Woods with the final prayer. And then Woods told Adam Pearce he wants Karen Cross next week on Raw. And that's what he's getting. And then, ladies and gentlemen, after that, Chad Gable and the Creed brothers came out, and the Otis, Tozawa, and Maxie Dupree was still in the ring. And Chad Gable was talking trash about Otis. He's saying, oh, you're the leader now. He doesn't like that idea. But he says the Wyatt Six is out to take over Monday Night Raw. He says everybody is a victim for these guys. Doesn't look like that. It looks like they want Chad Gable, not Otis or anyone else. They didn't attack Jey Uso. They didn't attack... Well, they attacked a whole bunch of people on their debut, but they're not attacking other people. They're attacking just Chad Gable. Well, you saw what Chad Gable did last week with the Creed brothers, destroying Bo Dallas. So he told Otis, join us for protection and all that stuff. But Otis told him, your protection is useless because you walked away. You ran away like a big baby last week and left the Creed brothers by themselves. So Otis said, no, I'm not joining. And Tozawa and Maxine, they said no too. And Chad Gable told the Creed brothers to attack Tozawa and Otis. Mostly they attacked Otis the whole time. But they grabbed chairs. And I believe Chad Gable was about to do a German suplex. The lights went out. And then the four Wyatt Six, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, and Nikki Cross, they all came out. Except for one, Uncle Howdy. He wasn't with them. But a couple of minutes, Uncle Howdy was behind Mr. Chad Gable. He wasn't wearing his normal trench coats or anything like that. He was wearing short sleeve. He looks like he was wearing a ring attire, and he has his mask back on, and he did a Sister Abigail on Chad Gable. What's going to happen there? It doesn't look like they want Otis and everybody else. Otis was outside the ring. He was still there. He was hurt outside the ring, and the Wyatt Six did not attack them. And we got a video package of who's under the mask of the witch was Nikki Cross. There was no VHS tape this time. They just showed us a videotape, a big net. We were supposed to have Bronson Reed versus Pete Dunne, but Sheamus just attacked both guys. And then Sheamus issued a challenge to Pete Dunne next week on Raw, maybe. We had Zelina Vega versus Zoe Stark. Zelina Vega had her whole arm like banged up because what happened last week when Shayna freaking stomped on her arm onto the apron and almost broke it. But Zelina Vega says she can still fight. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, Shayna Baszler has to get herself involved. But here comes Laura Valkyria, Katana Chase, and Kaden Carter knocking out Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler. And then Zelina Vega just hit Zoe Stark with her cast 2 times, and then the Cold Red. Zelina Vega gets the win. And we heard that next week as 6-women tag team match. Shayna Baszler and Sonya Deville and Zoe Stark will be versing Katana Chance, Kaden Carter, and Laura Valkyria next week. Well, ladies and gentlemen, because of the attacks, the attack that Sami Zayn and Jey Uso did, well, the Judgment Day started it. We have Sami Zayn and Jey Uso versus the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and JD Madonna. Of course, Dominic and Carlito got involved. I thought it was a pretty decent match, pretty decent tag team match. But the winner of that match was Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. So even like Michael Cole says, if they could beat the tag team champions, they could have a shot at the tag team title somewhere in the future, and that's what they did. Until Braun Breaker speared Sami Zayn in the ring. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of Monday Night Raw. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys Tuesday, well, technically Wednesday morning, when we do NXT results. That's all for me today. We don't know what's going to happen with the DLC. We don't know what's going on with Bobby Lashley. We heard that Bobby Lashley's contract expires somewhere, I think next month. Somewhere in, I guess, in August. So he might be gone. And ladies and gentlemen, even MVP put something on Twitter, like an emoji, I think a salute or something. So I don't know what's happening. I really don't. I really don't know. We have new trios champions in AEW. Christian Cage, Nick Wayne, and Killswitch. That's his name. And we got a new high flyer. People thought it was Aerostar, but it's not. It's, I forgot what his name was. Hologram. I believe his name was Hologram. I don't know who he was. It's not Ricochet, because he doesn't have tattoos like Ricochet. So yeah, I don't know who that guy is. That all happened on Collision. I don't know what happened on Rampage. A lot of things happening on Rampage. We got Blood and Guts happening this week. We got SmackDown happening this week. We got a lot of things happening this week. Next weekend is SummerSlam weekend. Oh my goodness, a lot of wrestling. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all for me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. The like button, the comments, the subscribe, the notification. And that's all for me today. Bye.